Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. It's Sunday evening, round two. How's everybody doing this Sunday evening? Where's the fishnets? I don't have them on. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to round two of my Sunday Q&A. Ask me anything, blah, blah, blah. Had a nice dinner time with the wife. I'm going to hang out here for about an hour or so, answer some questions. Can you guys hear me okay? Everything good? Give me a thumbs up if I sound okay. What's up, brother? How's it going? What did I have for dinner? I had some Little Caesars pizza. Sometimes Little Caesars just hits the spot. It's pretty good. Good old hot and ready. Cool deal. All right, we got the thumbs up. So we're sounding good. We're looking decent, I guess. Everything's going smooth. All right, cool. So how's everybody doing? How you guys doing out there in TikTok land? Do I have a family? Yep. I have a wife and a 16-year-old son. 3 cats and 2 dogs. Just got a house full here. Guess, man, I need to get my wife to trim my neck up. I got some crazy hair going here. All right, your vids are gold. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Have I ever lived anywhere other than Florida? Yeah, I have. I moved all over the country when I was a kid. My dad was in the Navy. I was born in Delaware. When I was about 4 years old, we moved over to Washington State. Then we moved back to Delaware. Then we came to Florida when I was about 11 years old. And then about 8 years ago or so, I moved over to California and I lived with my sister. And I lived over there for 6 months. So it was cool. What's up, Dutch guy from Orlando? How you doing, brother? Welcome to the Sunday evening chat, hanging out time here. Just jumping on here with you guys for a little while before I end the weekend here. Trying to get as much live time as I can here on Sundays. Give everybody a chance to ask me what they want to ask me or tell me I suck or whatever y'all want to say. It's cool. Do I drink beer? Nah, not really. Once in a while, but if I do, it'll be Heineken. That's good stuff. I like a nice cold Heineken. Good stuff. Do I only do asphalt roofing? Yeah, I've never done metal roofing. Nope, never really had the opportunity to, or never really had to. I've always had plenty of shingles to do. Done a lot of tear-offs, too. Did I roof in Cali? No, I didn't. Most I've made in a year, probably close to 100K. What am I going to do about my hair loss? Not a damn thing. How you like that hairline? Not bad for 40. I don't care. I'm not too worried about it. Probably shave my head if it gets too bad. I'm going to go around looking like Hulk Hogan. I'll have a nice ring with some long hair in the back. Maybe I'll wear a baked bandana with some fake hair hanging from it. Do I play video games? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. What's my next truck or car going to be? I'm hoping to get some type of van. I want to get a roofing van. That way I can pack everything in there and keep it dry. Not worry about anything getting messed up. Looking to get solar panels, but you want to put a new roof on the house first. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. And make sure they seal everything real good, because every. But here's the thing: if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on this, but if you put a brand new roof on, right, and they give you a warranty, a workmanship warranty and a manufacturer's warranty, I'm not sure if like drilling things through the roof or anything like that voids the warranty. I was told that once, but I'm not really sure. Don't quote me on that, but I don't know if you'll get a warranty on your roof after you have something. I don't know though. You might have to double check on that. What's good, the clerk? How you doing, man? It's crazy here in Florida. Everybody goes to Starbucks. Nah, I'm good on that. I like coffee, but coffee's coffee. I don't care if it's pumpkin spice or not. Here in Illinois, not everyone uses ice and water guard. Should I? That's a personal preference. I mean, it's a good product, but it's not mandatory. You can still have a good roof without it. Ford E350. Okay. Seem like the type of guy that's really good at saving money. Yeah, I mean, not really. I've wasted quite a bit of money in my day. Not really. Tall Ford Transit work van. Okay. Everybody in Florida drives pickups. Yeah, I mean, I don't really need a pickup truck. I mean, a van would be good for, doing roof repairs or doing my new construction and stuff, so I can just pack all my tools in there. Never knew I did live videos. I just started, so my first live was last Sunday, and this is the second Sunday that I went live. So this is new. Yeah, I'm definitely new here. I'm trying to do this every single Sunday. I'm going to go live, answer questions, chat with you guys, all that good stuff. Let you guys get to know me a little better, besides seeing me up on the roof goofing off there. Do I like Nirvana? Oh yeah, of course. My favorite Nirvana song would be what's that one where do bad folks go when they die? I don't know. I don't remember the name of it. Lake of Fire? Is that the name of it? Do I own a roofing elevator? No. We have a truck come deliver the shingles for me, so I don't have to touch a bundle until it's time to lay it. The GC I work for, do they offer you a work vehicle? Nah, there was not really necessary. I own all my own tools, and I already have a decent vehicle, so I didn't really need much. I'm sure if I talked to him about it, maybe he could hook me up. But I like to be kind of more independent when it comes to my tools and stuff. I don't really want to feel like, I respect and I love my boss, but I don't really want to feel like, I'm under his thumb when it comes to like using his equipment. I take care of all my own stuff, and I don't know. I just like the feeling of independence from having all my own stuff. How can we seeing you do some awesome work? I haven't really been posting too much. I've been posting some goofy stuff lately, but opening cans of tar and stuff like that. But yeah, how'd I get the logo? I drew it on a Procreate. Designed it. I like how you do your work. Thanks. Thank you. Appreciate it. I like that you guys watch and enjoy my stuff. Is putting tar over the drip code in Florida? Yeah. Yeah. At least in my area it is. How did I get into roofing? Well, I was fresh out of high school, and I was the highest paying entry-level job I could find at the time. And I wasn't about to go work for minimum wage at McDonald's. And I've always been kind of a tough guy, so a tough kid, So I was like, I can do some roofing. And I got into it and never got away from it. Does my boss know about your TikTok? Yeah, everybody that works in the houses knows about my TikTok. They've all seen it without me showing them. So it's kind of crazy. Yeah, they all love it. They think it's cool. Ford Transit van gets about 22 miles. Wow. I don't know if that's good or bad. I'm not much of a car guy. I don't really pay attention. So, how many hours of work a day? I do my usual eight or so. I try to get up on the roof by about 7, and get home by 4 or so. I don't like to spend my whole life on the roof. As much as it seems like I love it, I don't love it that much. Keep up the good work. Thank you. I definitely will. So, any spooky stories while roofing by yourself? Yes, actually. I got stuck on the roof by some angry dogs once that wouldn't let me get down off the ladder, and I had to call for backup. And luckily, I don't have my watch on right now, but my phone was in the truck, and I had to call my friend on my Apple Watch and be like, "Hey, man, you better get these damn dogs out of here for me." It was crazy. I'm by the house. I'm not by the hour. No hourly pay here. Hell no. Contractor from Lake Charles, Louisiana. What's up, brother? Thank you. Roof on, man. Best roofer on TikTok. Wow. I'm glad you think that, man. Thank you. I just try to promote craftsmanship and pride. You know, that's all I'm trying to do. Just want people to do the best they can do. Us in Oklahoma just use tar paper. That's cool. That's cool. It's different all around the country. I know Florida code is overkill. It's crazy. You know, I get it. But it's all I know. It's all I'm used to. So I just do what I got to do. Keep the inspectors happy. Keep everything running smooth. I never fail inspections or anything like that. So when I put the tar on the drip edge to wait for it to dry, it stays wet. And then when I put the starter strip down, that it like acts as like heavy duty adhesive, really. So once the starter strip gets seated in the tar and it's on the metal, it fuses all that together. So there's no taking that starter strip off later. That's stuck to the metal. 3K, me and Ron here at work. Cool. What's up, man? How many chalk lines do I have? Probably 6 or 7. But which one is the best? It just depends on the situation. Since I do a lot of snapping lines on wet roofs, it's like in the mornings it's always dew covered and stuff, and I snap lines early in the morning a lot. So I like to use the red stop sign chalk line that doesn't have any gears in it. Because any chalk line that has gears in it is going to screw up if it gets wet. It gets all gummed up and gear teeth start breaking. I even have Tajima. I've got every brand. I've tried them all. Do I own any heavy equipment such as Grandals? Nah. We get the roof loaded for us. I don't do that. What's the difference between tar paper and actual tar? Well, the tar paper is just like a vapor barrier. It goes on the entire roof, and it's just there to keep the moisture from getting in and out of the house. And tar is an adhesive we use to seal anywhere that shingles touch metal or flashings or the edges of the roof and stuff like that. So it's a big difference. It's not really the tar is not. It's more to just keep wind from lifting anything. It's a wind glue. It just keeps, because we have heavy wind storms and heavy rainstorms that blow wind sideways and blow. It keeps everything sealed down. I don't really use it to waterproof things. I use it to seal things and adhere them together. Have I ever just keywayed a whole roof? Yeah. It's since I do weave valleys, I got to snap lines and stuff, or else it won't look good. I just like to have everything looking real nice and perfect. That's the way I prefer it, and I'm allowed to take the time. It only takes me like 10 or 15 minutes to snap lines on a roof, so it's like, why not take the extra time and make it perfect instead of winging it? That way I can just daydream about whatever I want while I'm laying shingles. I don't give a shit if it's crooked, because it won't be crooked. What kind of knife do I use? I use a Stanley Classic fixed blade with a hook blade in it. Drip over felt or felt over drip. Here we do the drip over the felt, and then it gets nailed every 4 inches. Then I tar, then I starter. So that's the way we got to do it here in my county. How long do I take on an average size roof? I do about 1 roof per week. So 4 roofs a month. Are we required to use ice and water shield in the valleys? In the valleys, but not the eaves. No, we don't have problems with ice and stuff here in Florida. Do I leave the job? No, we got a porta potty. I do all new construction now, so I have the blessing of having a porta potty on site whenever I need it. You just take a break and go pee. What's my best hobby? It's playing music. I like to play music. I like to play guitar, play drums, play bass, play piano. What time is it here? It is 7:51 p.m. How long was I live? I was live for about 4 hours earlier, and I just got on now. So I took a break for dinner and stuff. So I've been at it for quite a while today. What's that knife you use? We use hammers with a blade on the back. I use a Stanley fixed blade with a hook blade in it. How many weeks of work you got booked up? I got work booked for the next year. They're building houses nonstop here. And as soon as I get done a roof, they already have one ready for me to shingle next. So I work for a general contractor. So a general contractor is allowed to install the roof in-house with his own employees. Doesn't need to be a roofing company. So I'm employed by him. So instead of like helping build the houses and stuff like that, I do the roofs because that's my specialty. I used to smoke cigarettes. Yes, I smoke this stupid Vuse Alto now, but I used to smoke Marlboro Lights. 2 packs a day, actually. So now I've cut it down to where I just puff on this thing once in a while, and I'm working on quitting this too. It's not good. Not good for me. Can I teach you how to do roofing? Maybe. Maybe. I'm not hiring right now, though. What made me get into roofing? Well, it seemed like a whole lot better job than McDonald's once I left high school. I didn't go to college or anything, so. And I had a best friend that his father owned a roofing company, so it was super accessible for me. I just called him up, hey man, I need a job. And I started off as a laborer when I was 19, right out of high school. And I've always been kind of a tough, hard-working kid. Like to, be, staying busy and stuff. So I just got into that and never stopped. Do I build the whole roof? I just lay the shingles. All I do is install the shingles and the drip edge and the flashings and make sure it's watertight. Do you make sure to run the cap the right way? That the whole prevailing wind thing doesn't apply here. We get prevailing winds from every direction. So I'm not sure how it is where you're at, but we don't follow that. Most of the time I'll run my ridge caps depending on like where the most traffic is coming from. So like if there's lots of road traffic coming from one way, I'll make sure that you can't see the cap seams. I'll base it off that. We don't deal with prevailing winds here. In Florida, I got it coming from every direction here. Another roof tomorrow. Yep, I have one in progress right now. I got about 10 square laid on it yesterday, so I'm gonna get to work about doing that tomorrow. Get back to it. Does my family worry? Of course they do. It's a dangerous job, but I'm very careful. So, does your wife work? Yeah, she works. If you're ever interested in doing metal, I live in Citrus. Cool. Yeah, I don't know, man. I got my hands full with what I'm doing. Hands-on is much better. Yeah, exactly. I've always been a hands-on kind of guy. I couldn't really do couldn't do a mundane desk job or anything like that. It's too boring for me. I like to stay busy, stay moving. I like exercising too. If I don't stay in shape and stay doing that, it drives me crazy. Have I ever traveled? Not for work, no. But most of my work here is in Citrus County, Florida. Most of my work now is in the same neighborhood I live in. The builder builds lots of homes right here in my neighborhood, so I drive 5 minutes to the job site usually. I can usually come home for lunch break and hang out with my wife. It's awesome. Couldn't ask for a better gig. Does warp decking affect roof life? Not really, I guess. Just, I don't know. Depends on what you mean. How we start in the west and start in the south and run east. That's cool. Yeah, none of that applies here. But I know what you mean, though. I know exactly what you mean. Any steep roof videos? No, I don't do steep roofs anymore. My first name is Damien. Let's see. Yep, the builder I work for now just builds dance floor roofs for me to roof. I don't do none of that steep stuff no more. Thank goodness. I mean, it's fun. It's great, but I don't really do it no more. How's my back? I'm feeling pretty good, actually. Everything's doing pretty good. Random decams. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Oh, man. My cat scratched me in the ear, and now it's bleeding. Hang on a second. Oh, the perils of owning a kitten. Got me right on the earlobe. We were fighting. Okay. Work for a general contractor, sheetrocker. Cool, cool. Electricians always bitch about our work, though, huh? Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's always some sort of back and forth with the trades. We get along okay, though. All of our trades kind of work under the same guy. So like he's got his crew of electricians, his crew of plumbers, and this and that. Yeah, so only a handful of different things get subbed out. It's still bleeding. Tar Master, what's up? What's up, Purger? How you doing, brother? Dance floor roost. Yep, that's all I get now. I got riding on the gravy train. How long have I been growing my hair? Just probably a year now since I had a haircut. Just letting it grow back out. Kind of miss having a long ponytail like I used to have. I've always had long hair. When I started the channel, I had a shaved head. So that just shows how long I've been here on TikTok with you guys. I got a buzz in the mic. Uh-oh. Is that better? I wasn't live all day. I took a long break. I took a long break. I was on for about 3 hours earlier, and I took a long break, and I just now got back on. So I had dinner and all that. That's weird. Let me try something. All right, is that any better? Maybe it's the wire I got rigged up here. Let's see. Would I ever be interested in doing metal? I don't know. I don't know. Your best friend's a roofer that just passed away. I'm very sorry to hear that, man. Very sorry to hear that. How about now? Cool, cool. Is the buzz gone? That's very weird. I see it. I see the buzz. I don't know where it's coming from. Damn it, man. It's got to be this. I got it kind of half rigged up to the phone here, so okay. Cool. Do I consider myself more attractive with a ponytail? I don't know. I just like having long hair. It's cool. Bro meds of life? What's that mean? You like doing standing seam? Cool, cool. Do I use follow rest? No. No, I don't. I should though. But I don't. Love my work. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I had to go into another trade, what would it be and why? I wouldn't. If I was to leave roofing, I wouldn't do another trade. I would probably figure out a way to get on here and I don't know, busk or something. I don't know. I don't know what I would do. But you never know what you have to do. You don't know what you can do until you have to do it. Damn rage, is it really that bad? Nobody complained earlier. I can't hear it. I'm not monitoring it, so. How you like being on TikTok? It's cool. It's cool. Thanks, man. Yeah, yeah. I like to jam. I definitely like to play music. I've been playing for over 25 years or so. Average cost per bundle of shingles? I have no idea. Hola, amigo. What happens when you're caught up with the home builder? That never happens. That never happens. They always got one ready for me. And you know, if I do get to where I need to, take a chill, I just take some time off and hang out, at the house and get some stuff done around here that I've been neglecting. Weathered wood, yeah, I do a lot of certainteed weathered wood. So I do quite a bit of that between that and charcoal black. Maybe it's because I'm just too close to the mic. I don't know. I can't hear myself, so I'm relying on you guys to tell me if it sounds like shit. No, it probably sounds better than the built-in iPhone microphone, though. So I figured might as well use the good mic I got. Alright, yeah, I'll work that out. I'll figure it out. Dude's probably right. I'm in the garage here, probably plugged in somewhere where too much stuff plugged into one plug or something. I don't really have a proper power conditioner or nothing like that. Do I always slick my hair back? Yeah. Yeah. When it's real long, I'll have a braided ponytail or something. You guys got to see my receding hairline. All right, I'll check it out. Yeah, I just got this set up in here, so I don't know. Never really. Just experimenting here with you guys. This is the second time I've went live with this little setup, so I just basically have the Shure mic plugged into my Apollo with the cloud lifter, run through the computer, run into an iRig HD plugged into my iPhone. So it's real super basic. I was trying to use my Avalon preamp, but I don't know. I guess I was making a buzz or something. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I'm not too worried about it. What's up, Roofer's Helper? Hey, Andre. How you guys doing? What are those things I wear on my shoulders? It's like a suspenders for my tool belt, so it's not like pulling on my waist. Mexico, Rufero Loco. Hola, amigo. How's it going, man? Roof on. What am I into besides roofing and music? I like playing video games and hanging out, Not too much, honestly. I'm a pretty boring dude. Do I calculate how many shingles and price per job? Yeah, I do. I tell them how much we need for each roof. That way, I don't have too many or too less. I want to make sure I always have the right amount of materials. Great fan. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Have I ever done flat roofs? Yeah. Just no big old commercial ones or anything like that. What video games do I play? I'm big into stuff like World of Warcraft. I love that game. I still play it. I've been playing it ever since the day it came out. So, of Quite a few years I've been on that game. Big fan. Keep it up. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it, man. How long does it take to be an expert? I don't know. It just depends on the person, I guess. But took me quite a while to really get it down to where like nothing stumped me. You know, I could pretty much shingle anything. What's the longest my beard has been? I've done the old lumberjack before. Why don't I go over to commercial work? Because I like what I'm doing now. I prefer what I'm doing. Have I ever been to New York? No, I haven't. I've got family there though. Ever played in Call of Duty? Yeah, the older Call of Duties. I heard the new one just come out, and I heard it's pretty cool. Have I shingled the? Have I thought of shingling the whole moon? That might take me a minute. That'll take me more than a week. How's it going, everybody? I see a bunch of people joining here. You joining, leaving. It's a revolving door here. I noticed that the average view is about a minute, so hey, while you're here, ask me a question. I'll answer it. Have I done 3-story stuff? No, I haven't. Nope. I've done a lot of easy dance floor roofs. What's the most important thing to know about roofing? Think like a raindrop. Think like a raindrop. And be careful. Just be careful. What's the most important thing to know about roof? I just answered that. Damn. Synthetic peel and steel? Synthetic or peel and stick? I prefer synthetic. I'm not sure how good an idea peel and stick is. Favorite tattoo? I'd say this music note one, where it's a different, combination of all the different music notation, like bass clef, treble clef, quarter note, sharp and flat, and stuff like that, all combined into one. Love it. Yeah, I heard the new Modern Warfare 2. The campaign is pretty cool. I don't like playing multiplayer shooting games. Too old for that. You damn kids out here all cracked out on Adderall, killing me in 2 seconds every time I step out onto the battlefield, and that's not fun. I'll pass. What do you mean by think like a raindrop? Well, whenever you're dealing with a roof, you just got to imagine what water will do and make sure that whatever you do, water won't get in. You just have to think like a raindrop. Think like water. What's my favorite song? I don't really have a favorite song. Ridge vent install video coming soon? Yeah, sure. I've done a few of those already, but brother, exposed nail cap in Florida, you just smothered. Yeah, that works, and I've never had one blow off. Yep. No exposed fasteners here. I don't smother it in tar. I put a nice layer, and make it look real neat and clean. But never had a single one blow off. Even after Hurricane Ian come through and blew around 100 mile an hour wind gusts, my roof stayed intact. Everything was perfect. So I slept like a baby. I ain't worried about it. Oh, we got a Canadian in here. Oscar, thank you, brother. You the man. You the man, brother. Lots of little tricks I taught you guys. I really appreciate it. I'm glad I can help, man. I'm glad I can help. Just here out here doing my thing. Thank you, Mass Man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Do I use Cobra? Yeah, I use Cobra 3. It's plastic stuff. Cobra 3 ridge vent in the 4-foot sections. I hand nail it down. Steepest roof I've done a 2112 mansard roof. It's pretty crazy. Love the videos, man. Keep it up. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Roofer in Canada, yeah, you guys do things much differently. And in fact, from what I've heard, or what I've been told, is Florida roofing is much different than pretty much everywhere. I do things kind of weird, so I've been told. You respect roofers? Thanks, man. Yeah, it's hard, definitely in the summertime. You're right. It's brutal. Did your first ever rubber roof, huh? Oh, excuse me. What a complete mess. Oof. You're only 16. Wow, man. Yeah, you're not allowed to work for a roofing company until you're 18 here for liability reasons. If you could only hand nail for the rest of your life, would you still roof? Yeah. Oh yeah. That'd be cool. It'd be a lot more peaceful without that damn compressor going crazy the whole day. Bang, 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 bang. Thanks for the likes, guys. I got almost 8,000 likes already. Wow. That's cool. Been live for about an hour. What made me become a roofer? It was better than McDonald's. No, I was about 19 years old, fresh out of high school. Just needed a job and needed to be able to take care of myself. And my best friend, his father owns a roofing company, so I just called him up and was like, "Hey, excuse me, maybe I do need to go to bed." But anyway, he says, my best friend's father owns a roofing company, and I just called him up. I said, "Hey, man, I need a job." And I started working there as a laborer and never left. Spent 19 years at that company, and then worked my way all the way up to foreman. Bought all my own tools. And now I'm doing my thing out there, shingling new work. What would I consider good entry-level hourly wage? I don't know. A lot of the companies around here are giving dudes like 15 an hour, maybe 16, 17. I don't know. I haven't worked by the hour in so long, I couldn't tell you. Hand nailing shingles, yeah, it's good. I would do it. I've never hand nailed a roof, but I would. You've been roofing for 33 years and own one of the biggest companies in Delta, British Columbia? Is that where it is? Wow, man. Very, very cool. Do I work by the day? Yeah, I work every day. I get paid per job, though. Very cool. Wow, man. I'm sure you got your hands full. Owning a company is hard work. I'm not. I don't think I'm. I don't think I'm cut. I don't think I'm cut out for doing that. How did I get used to extension ladders? I don't know. Just don't fall off. I don't know. Just I've always been kind of a crazy kid, climbing trees and being a little madman when I was a kid and growing up, and I've always been a little bit of a daredevil, I guess you could say. So I never really was scared of the heights part. You got to wear good shoes and keep yourself in shape. I got strong legs, so I never really fall off a roof or anything like that. Do I have a YouTube? No, I don't. A lot of people ask me that. I just don't. I don't really have time to run more than one platform. TikTok takes a lot of my time. Other than actually doing the work I got to do. I still try to keep up with TikTok, and I try to like all the comments and answer as many questions as I can. Last question: do I get called out to do repairs? Nah, I don't take repair work anymore. I just stay doing new roofs only. I can't stand doing repair work, and my own work never has problems. So I mean, if something happened with my roof, I would absolutely do it. But I never have that problem, so it's all good. How do I load the roofs here? They come with a truck, and they conveyor belt them up to the roof for me and stack them all nice and neat for me. And I don't have to do that. My work is exceptional. Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. It's very nice of you. Yeah, you get used to it after a while, Just like anything in life, the more you do it, the better. The more used to it you get, So, appreciate it. Have a solid night. All right, man. Thank you. Catch you guys later. Yep, I'll see y'all again on next Sunday. I'll be here hanging out in the garage with you guys. What shoes do I use? I use Adidas Ultra Boosts. It's my favorite shingling shoe. Presidential roofs? Yeah, I've done that. I've done something similar like GAF Grand Canyons. That's a peace out, old cat. What part of Florida? I'm in Central Florida, Citrus Springs area. How cold does it get in the depths of winter? About 30 degrees, probably is the coldest it gets. What time do I get up? I'm up at 5:30 a.m. every single day, even if I'm not working. Good night, brother. Appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with me. Love you guys. Have I checked my own roof to see if it's up to par? Yeah, kinda. Yeah, I have no leaks here. but it's a metal roof on top of a shingle roof. Need some speed cola. Working in -10. Holy crap. What's my favorite roof? Caulking? I don't really use caulking. I think Solar Seal was a good one that they had me using when I was doing lots of repair work. Solar Seal was pretty good stuff. I just never use it for doing new construction. But I did repair work for a few companies. I don't do metal roofs. I just do shingles. I'm a shingle specialist. It's just how it ended up for me. Never really had the opportunity, or never really wanted to do metal, honestly. Just always had shingles to do. There's always shingles. There's nothing really stopping me from doing metal. I mean, I'm sure I could learn it, and I'd take the same attention to detail and quality as I would, anything else I do. Do I think IR is worth the extra money? I'm not sure what you mean. What's IR? Did I miss something here? Drinking energy drink before bed? Just a little bit. A little sip. It's only 8:18. I still need to stay up, and I won't be going to bed till about 10. What's a good tip for not getting tar all over yourself? Well, keep a clean trowel, and don't... See, here's the thing I can tell people about staying clean with tar. Use little bits at a time, because you can always add more, but it's a pain to take it away, just like paint on a canvas. So just if you're tarring around something, use a little bit at a time until you get your desired effect. Don't take a huge glob on your trowel. And I always keep my trowel clean. I scrape it on the edge of the bucket constantly. If you look, I've got a red Marshalltown trowel. I've had that trowel for about a decade, guys, and the handle's still red. You know why? Because I'm extremely careful with it. Just don't be a caveman with the tar. Take it easy and don't get too much. Like I said, you can always add more, but taking it away is a pain in the ass. Brother, do you have a Venmo, Cash App, PayPal? I do. I appreciate that. There's actually a tip button here on TikTok on my page. I didn't put a Cash App or anything on my page because I just feel like I don't know. I don't want to seem like I'm here for money, But if you want to send me a few bucks, I would definitely appreciate that. Do I have an LLC just so I don't have to pay many taxes? No, I don't have that. I'm gonna type my PayPal in the oh, there you go. There you go, brother. Roofing guy is me, so that's I'm watching my live stream from my other account. So that's my PayPal. Appreciate it, man. Hang on, let me see here. Do I have LLC? No. Impact resistant. What? Impact resistant shingles? I don't know. I don't really deal with too much hail here. Do I work by the square or by the hour? I work by the square. So, no hourly work here, guys. That's why I hustle. That's why I gotta stay hustling, stay moving. Never liked metal work. You worked for your dad at 15 and turned the skill saw blade backwards to cut. That's a good little tip. That's how the guys cut their soffit here. They use a backwards blade and they cut the soffit because since the guys building the houses here do a pretty good job, so they can cut all their soffit for a straight run, and I see him doing that. Three of you guys loading the roof. Oh man, that sucks. Have I ever considered moving to sales? I've been kind of thrust into that position before, and I didn't really enjoy it. I always really felt bad for the people. I just feel bad for people. You tell them that the roof is $10,000, and they look at you like you just killed them. And I'm like, well, ma'am, things are expensive, and they're like, oh, what? I just feel bad for people. You got to be a different type of person to be a salesman. I don't know if I can Not even sure if I could do that. So, if I had my own company, I don't think I'd be the salesman. I don't know how that would work, because that's how you got to start, isn't it? Yeah. Hang on a minute. Maybe it's because it's a .com. They TikTok is real weird about putting .coms. Hang on, I might have to type that a different way. TikTok is really weird. If you put anything .com, it won't show through. So let's try it one more time. There we go. Just don't do it without the .com. Appreciate you, brother. Have a good night, Jacob. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for watching and hanging out with me. Appreciate you guys. You guys load the roofs yourself? Oof. Oof. Pabco junk. Can you be honest? I'm not sure what Pabco is, to be honest. Or Malarkey. I've never really used Malarkey. I've only used GAF, Owens Corning, and Certainteed. Will Roofs, how you doing, brother? Welcome back. I see all you guys joining up. See you guys joining. I seem to keep about 50 people in here. That's pretty cool. Appreciate you guys. I know it's probably not. I'm pretty boring here, blabbering on about roofing, but maybe I'll get brave enough to whip out the guitar or something for you guys one of these days and try to entertain you some other way. Do I have any kids? I have one 16-year-old son and 3 cats and 2 dogs. Those are my kids too. I like the Landmarks, Lucas. Pretty good shingle. Yeah, exactly, Jay Brun. It's pretty cheap to have a company do it. It's so the people that are having to hand load their own roofs. I just question how much their boss really cares about them, because it's dirt cheap to have the guys load it for you. It saved me a lot of hard work. Mystique shingles? No, I never heard of that. No. How much do they pay me per square? 55 bucks per square. Every 3 bundles. Am I going to get more tats? Maybe. How many square do I do in a week? I do 1 roof per week, so I completely finish a roof, do all the drip edge, all the flashings, all the shingles, all the caps, all the ridge vent. I do all that. 135 square house per week. You guys just use a ladder jack, bring 3 bundles up. That's cool. But you guys still have to walk them across the roof and load them and all that yourself. I guess if y'all want to save a few bucks, that's a good way to do it. What time do I start and finish? 5 days a week. I get up at about 5:30. I'm trying to be on the roof by at least 7, and I get home about 4 o'clock. I don't really work myself to death. You have a Bosch nail gun. Looking to upgrade, get another one. I've got the Hitachi, the Metabo now. It's not really Hitachi. Cool. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I can't check it right now. My phone is being used. Thank you, man. Thank you. Let me give you a follow back. I didn't see I wasn't following you. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Does a builder you work for build year round? Yep. Oh, year round. I get up at 5:30 in the morning every single day, even if I'm not working. I still get up. That way I can goof off around the house here and do what I got to do. 35 a bundle. Cool. Hey, my pleasure, Lucas. Thanks for hanging out, and roof on, man. What knife do I use? I use a Stanley Classic fixed blade with a hook blade in it. AJC hook blade. Hey, what are the codes for laying a new roof in the state of Florida? Where do I start? I'm going to be getting off here in a few minutes, so I can't really tell them all to you. But there's quite a few details you need to know to do a Florida roof. Gotcha. Oh, that makes sense, Jacob. You know, we're saving a few bucks. That's cool. 5:30. Yeah. That's just what time. I'm an old man. I like to get up early and go to bed early. What's the plans after the live? I'm going to be watching tonight's episode of House of the Dragon with my wife. That comes on about 9 o'clock. So that's over at 10, and I'll probably crash after that. Yep, I do. I spend a lot of time at home hanging out with the family and stuff. And when I'm not working, I try to rest up as much as I can. Fool around here in the house and play with my toys. I'm just a big old grown-up kid. I still like to do all the same stuff I did when I was a teenager, which is kind of funny. Like, when I really think about it, like, I'm still doing all the same exact stuff I was doing when I was 19, except for I'm just way more advanced at doing it all now. Like, I'm really good at playing music and doing roofing and, you know, playing World of Warcraft. I'm, like, just doing all the same stuff. It's just hilarious. Now I'm a 40-year-old man, and I'm like, wow, well, at least I leveled up in my skill level of all this stuff. But I have not really done much else with myself besides these few things. I'm a very basic dude. I like my routine. I like my life, and I've kept it this way as long as I can. All right, Jacob, I appreciate you, man. I'll catch you later. Yeah, I play World of Warcraft. I've been playing that ever since the day it was released. I still play it to this day. I actually have a horde tattoo on my wrist here. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm a kind of a nerd when it comes to my World of Warcraft. What class? I played a lot of almost all the classes. Like I like to switch class for each expansion, but right now I'm playing Demon Hunter. I'm gonna play Demon Hunter for the new expansion coming out. It's kind of fun. Like I played Warrior a lot in Vanilla and Burning Crusade back in the day, and I was a tank and Warrior. But I've always kind of liked melee classes. And then I switched to Shaman Healer, and then I was a Disc Priest Healer, and then I was a Monk Healer. I played lots of healing classes because I like doing healing. But when they started making healing like you have to do damage too, I'm like, man, that's not what I want to do. I want to just keep people alive. I don't want to have to hit the damn enemies too. So it kind of really turned me off to playing a healer when they made it so that healers were forced to do damage too. I just felt like that was super corny. So now I'm just playing a Havoc Demon Hunter. It's real fun. I zip around and beat the crap out of stuff. It's fun. Do I use any hair products? No. No hair products. Just some cheap old Suave shampoo. Arms Warrior, heck yeah. I always played Fury when I did do DPS, but I played as a tank for pretty much all of Vanilla and Burning Crusade. Wrath of the Lich King, I played a Shaman Healer. Cataclysm, I was a Disc Priest, and then I switched to Shadow Priest. And then Mist of Pandaria, I played as a monk, and I was a really good monk healer. And then what was after that? We had Cataclysm, then we had Legion, I think. Then I went back to Warrior for Legion, and then Batter for Azeroth. I played the Warrior and Shaman. Like I didn't really play much, and then now I'm playing Demon Hunter. I have a love-hate relationship with that game. Alright guys, well, I appreciate everybody hanging out with me today on this live, and I'm going to go ahead and knock it off for the night and resume this Ask Me Anything deal next Sunday. I'll be back sometime about 2 o'clock, in the afternoon. I was doing it at noon, but a lot of people are watching football and stuff, and I just feel like that's a bad time. So, hey, I really appreciate everybody, and thank you everybody for your kindness to me and all the likes and all the gifts and stuff. And if you want to check out the link in my bio, before I go, I'll go ahead and do a little plug since we don't run ads here. I'm going to run an ad for my own self. If you guys want to check out some of my merch, I designed, we got the Hitachi roof on, we got the Bostitch roof on, we got Tower Master logo, and we got Super Max Roofer. These are all designs I drew. And if you check out the link in the bio, you can go ahead and pick up shirts, stickers, hats, whatever with these designs on them. You wanna help support the channel a little bit. That's a good way to do it. I make a few bucks off a shirt. So there's hoodies and beanies and hats and whatever. With all pick your favorite nail gun and check it out. So am I gonna post more videos? Yeah, definitely. I'll try to post as much as I can. All right, guys. Do I need drone shots? Maybe one day. Hey, what's up? Not gonna lie, this is boring. Yeah, I know it's pretty boring. That's why I'm getting out of here, man. Hey, appreciate you guys, and I'll be back. I'll be back later. Okay. Y'all have a good night. Roof on.